Hello, welcome to Seed Yoga Therapy's YouTube channel. My name is Laura Hump. I'm glad you're here. So today I'm going to be talking about the third pillar of Seed Yoga Therapy, and I'm in the process of doing a series of talks on the 4 pillars of Seed Yoga Therapy. So do check out the first 2. I'll put the links in the description below, and just as a reminder, the first pillar is on honoring the nervous system, where we understand how our unique nervous system is wired. We get to know the inherent wisdom of the nervous system and also how to work directly with the nervous system. The second pillar is on cultivating discipline in order to stabilize and ground into predictability and routine, which supports a regulated nervous system as well as promoting a balanced physiology that aligns with the natural rhythms of the body. And today I'm going to talk about the third pillar, which is attuning to the body and the breath. So everything, absolutely everything, happens within the body. From our thoughts, our emotions, our sensations, our energy, our breath, nothing is removed from the body. So it's hugely important to work directly with the body when looking to shift patterns that keep us stuck. So all the challenges that we experience as humans going through life, like anxiety or depression, trauma or addictions, just to name a few, all of those happen within the body. So even when I might say I'm dissociated or I'm not in my body, even that experience of feeling numb or unable to feel is a bodily experience in itself, just as much as heart racing or heat from a panic attack, or heaviness or feeling like I'm walking through concrete when I'm going through a grief process, or the stomach flipping and the warmth of falling in love, or the tingly or lightness I feel from seeing something really beautiful or something that I'm kind of struck by with awe. So all of our experiences, the pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral, they start within the body, and then we can put some labels on them through the thoughts. So as a mental health therapist, my clinical training was in talking about the effects of these conditions. And that can be very useful to understand how the mind is working, to see the ways that the mind causes suffering and also helps us liberate ourselves from suffering. So working with the mind is very useful. It's also helpful to be seen and heard and witnessed in the experiences that we've gone through in our lives. At the same time, talking can also keep us in this intellectual analysis of a challenge rather than working directly with how the body, the nervous system, as well as the energy is impacted in a more direct way. So what I've learned from my teacher, Dr. Kavita Chennaiyan, is how these things actually happen in the body first through certain chemicals, hormones, and these neurohormonal pathways that are wired within our system, and then the mind puts labels on them. I'm scared, I'm angry. And the key is, can we go underneath those labels to work with the direct experience of the body? So just as there are infinite ways to work with the nervous system and to create a discipline or a routine, there are also countless ways to work with the body and the breath. So each person's body and energy needs to be dressed in their unique ways. So for some people, working with the body is building tolerance to begin to feel. For some, a breath practice is simply noticing when they're holding their breath. For others, a breathing practice might be breathing with sensations as they arise. Another body practice might be learning to soothe the body so the sensations aren't so overwhelming. So since my work as a yoga therapist is inherently body-based, I work with each person individually to co-create both embodiment and breath practices that will support their unique process. I don't come from the perspective of these are the poses that are good for trauma and these are the breathing practices that are good for anxiety, because each person's trauma and anxiety, just like their happiness and their joy and their contentment, will all look really different from anybody else's. And so when I'm working with somebody, I want to know what's happening for you and your experience in your body, in your breath, in your mind, in your analysis, in your heart, in your spirit, in all the different ways that it shows up in your system. And then we work to create something and co-create something that will work specifically with how it's showing up for you. So one useful first step, which can be useful around attuning to the body and breath, is simple awareness. And as my teacher says, awareness is everything. So doing a body scan or a breath awareness practice can support beginning to or deepening the understanding between the connection of the body, the energy, the mind, with the emotions, the thoughts, and the nervous system. A walking meditation can also be a great way to start to connect the body and the breath. And I've included some of these meditations in the description below, which you can check out. I've also created a belly breathing practice, which can be a way to both honor the nervous system and attune to the body and breath. And I specifically included belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing because there's research that says it can calm the nervous system, increase body awareness, increase attention and focus, lower cortisol levels, reduce stress, and decrease pain. So not for everybody, but for a lot of folks, that can be a good doorway into attuning to body and breath. So I also will leave that in the description that you can try out. And then finally, I have a couple of blog posts on befriending the brilliant body, which will give you lots of resources and different ways to play with attuning to the body and breath. And do check them out. And if you have any insights or questions or contemplations or things that come up for you when you try these different things, drop me a line, shoot me an email at laura@seedyogotherapy, or put a comment on this video. And thanks for checking them out. And stay tuned for the last video of this series, which will focus on mindfulness and meditation. Thanks for watching.